Good morning. It's Monday, March 17th, 2025. Here's your daily dispatch. You may hear some people claim that unions are obsolete and irrelevant. Yet in the past few years, we've seen a notable national resurgence in labor organizing. This is reflected by the significant increase in unionization petitions filed with the National Labor Relations Board. This trend shows a growing movement of workers seeking collective bargaining rights across various industries. NLRB data shows that from October 1st, 2023 to September 30th of 24, there was a surge in union election petitions. The number increased to 3,286 or 27% from the previous years, more than double from 2021. This is further compounded by the fact that union election petitions in the first half of 2024 rose by 35% compared to the same period in 23. This increase shows a clear desire among workers to advocate for better wages, benefits, and working conditions. Several unionization drives have even gained national attention. Recently, over 11,000 workers at more than 500 Starbucks locations across 40 states have voted to unionize, primarily with Workers United. Starting in Buffalo, New York, this movement has gained momentum nationwide. Similarly, Amazon has had several pushes for unionization. In January, workers at an Amazon-owned Whole Foods market in Philadelphia successfully voted to form a union. This is the first type of this action in decades. The vote was driven by demands for higher wages and better benefits. This resurgence in union activity extends beyond the private sector. More than 7,000 state workers in Maryland are set to gain the right to join a union, marking the largest legislative expansion of collective bargaining rights in recent decades. The NLRB has also reported a 7% increase in unfair labor practice charges, rising from 9612 to 10278 in the first half of fiscal year 2024. This uptick indicates heightened awareness and assertion of workers' rights. Experts attribute this surge in unionization efforts to various factors, including the COVID-19 pandemic, which spotlighted essential workers' conditions, and a pro-labor administration advocating for workers' rights in Biden. The NLRB's increased activity reflects this trend, with the agency receiving 11,896 cases in 2024 so far, a 10% increase over the same period from the first half of 2023. As more workers across diverse sectors seek representation, the landscape of labor relations in the United States is undergoing a significant transformation. This movement not only empowers employees, but also challenges employers to engage in meaningful dialogues about workplace conditions and fair compensation. And here's some big news I wanted to get into. Association of Flight Attendants President Sara Nelson says it's time for a general strike. In a bold call to action, Nelson urged American workers across all sectors to unite in organizing a general strike. This appeal underscores a growing sentiment among labor leaders advocating for collective action to address systemic issues facing the workforce. Nelson's call comes amid escalating concerns over wealth inequality in the United States. Recent analysis revealed that the top 10% of households control more than 2/3 of the nation's wealth, while the bottom half hold a mere 2.5%. This stark disparity has intensified discussions about class conflict and the need for substantial economic reforms. Historically, general strikes have served as powerful tools for labor movements to demand significant changes. One notable example is the 1919 Seattle general strike, where approximately 60,000 workers ceased work in solidarity with shipyard laborers, effectively paralyzing the city for several days. This action demonstrated the potential of a unified labor effort to challenge existing power structures. Nelson's advocacy for a general strike is not unprecedented. In 2019, during the prolonged government shutdown, she proposed similar action to expedite the reopening of federal operations, highlighting the leverage workers possess when collectively asserting our rights. The current labor landscape reflects a resurgence in union activities across various industries. Recent months have witnessed significant strikes and labor disputes, including actions by dock workers, automotive workers, and employees in the healthcare sector. These movements indicate a growing willingness among workers to challenge employers over issues such as wages, benefits, and working conditions. Nelson emphasizes that given the widening economic disparities and persistent challenges faced by workers, organizing a general strike may be one of the few remaining options to effect meaningful change. Her call resonates with a broader push for labor solidarity and collective bargaining power to address systemic inequalities in the workplace. As discussions around labor rights and economic justice continue to gain momentum in the nation, Nelson's call for a general strike is a pivotal moment, especially with calls from other organizations for a general strike as well. Check out generalstrikeus.com for more information on that. Sign your pledge card. I know I have. And that's your daily dispatch for the day. See you tomorrow. Eyes open, voices loud.